This woman did a video talking about how we need to be united on days like Memorial Day, and how we need to put the politics aside and the hatred aside and that sort of stuff aside, and we need to be united. And so I showed her entire video and said, where was your video towards Donald Trump about being united? When every Memorial Day he makes posts saying things like Happy Memorial Day to all, including the suckers and losers, or including the this or that. He does it for Memorial Day and for 4th of July and for Labor Day and Christmas and Easter. He does it for every holiday. But I asked, where was your call to the president who you support when it comes to being united? And her response was, and there's more to it than this, we'll show you the rest of it. My message was not to Donald Trump. My message was to the soldiers. Stop right there. That's a lie. And I'm going to prove it to you in just a moment. We can't control what somebody says. What you did there was an emotional response. Hang on. You should have stayed in the lane and honored our troops, but you took it to Donald Trump. I don't care what he said. I care what I said. So stop being so emotional and respect that our troops needed a day to themselves without you putting a wrench in it and putting Donald Trump's name in the mix. Do better. Why on earth would I tag Donald J. Trump in the United States military post? Again, that was an emotional, messy response. You need to do better than that. I get it that that's your line there, do better. But you just saying do better doesn't mean that you actually made any sense before that. Because what you just said was, your message was to the troops. But it wasn't. Your message was to everybody in America that would be honoring, remembering, celebrating Memorial Day. You talked about the troops who sacrificed to make it possible, but the message wasn't to the troops. Here, I'll play the video again. Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, guys. This weekend isn't about politics. It's not about left versus right. It's about remembering people who gave up birthdays, holidays, time with their family. And for some, they gave up everything. Everything to make us feel safe and free. You see, Memorial Day is a reminder that freedom has a price. And somebody else paid for it for us. The young soldier who never made it home. And the mother who folded a flag with tears. The families who still sit an empty seat at the table. So this weekend, enjoy your barbecue. Laugh with your family. Watch the sunset, smile, because that's what these young ladies and young men are fighting for. And if you see a veteran or military family this weekend, thank them, because sincere words mean everything to somebody that's been through so much. No matter what part of the aisle you stand in, this weekend we stand together as Americans. United we stand, divided we fall. So let's stay united this weekend.
Your message wasn't to the troops. Your message was to all of us. You told us to enjoy our time with our families, laugh, and have a good barbecue. But remember the people that are fighting to make sure that we're safe. And to stand united with one another as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we stand in. Your message was to us to stand united, not to the troops. You're not telling the troops to stand united. So my question to you stands. How come you don't make content like that, telling the President of the United States that no matter what side of the political aisle he's on, he shouldn't interject politics into Memorial Day? Because he does every single Memorial Day when he makes those posts. You want to tell us to be united. You want to tell us that we should put politics aside and remember the soldiers. I actually don't disagree with you. I'm just concerned that you want all of us to do one thing and you don't give a shit that the president does another thing. Why is that? And if I could paraphrase or quote you, do better.